given the recent ruling by the Supreme Court here in the UK that if a man puts on a dress, he doesn't magically become a woman, and that over in the New World there are now only two genders, things which I think most people knew anyway, and sticking with America, there's a big crackdown on illegal immigration, and back here in the UK, as we saw in last week's local election, there's been a huge surge in support for the Reform Party, who also want to cut down on illegal immigration. So is it too much to hope that maybe, just maybe, we're entering an era of common sense? No matter what happens, we all know that the eternally butthurt will whinge and whine as much as they can, turning everything up to 11. So today, we'll meet some ghastly people who are either doing performative victimhood or what they think is heroism.
It's just the government here. This flag is racist. If you support this flag, you are racist. We must destroy all emblems of nationalism and patriotism. This flag can be no more. Hey, guys, everyone, let's fight for the flag. We need to defend ourselves against Russia, especially the guys that are just called racist.
Is he aware he has a British accent? You grew up here, mate, and given that he appears to be mixed race, at least one half of his family probably came over from the Caribbean in the 1950s or 1960s. So he's grown up as a British citizen, enjoying all the benefits that get doled out. And I don't want to sound like a flag shagger here, but why is it the only countries that first of all are told they have to feel guilty for their own pasts, even though every country has done terrible things throughout history, are always predominantly white Christian countries? We're also the only countries that are told we need more diversity. Now, there's nothing wrong with diversity, but we don't need to be importing dickheads because, as we've just seen, we've got enough of our own. And if that gentleman really does think that Britain is terrible and racist, which it isn't, if he has a passport, why not move somewhere else? Go away, sir. Be free. Be happy. Tosser.
UK is a racist nation. The council results tell me that because people voted Reform in droves to sort out immigration, even though this is a local election and local councillors have nothing to do with immigration. And I wanted to be like, you know what, I just want to leave this country. This country sucks. And it does. But then I realised that would make my enemies happy. And if I am anything, I am a hater. I will remain here because it actively upsets and hurts them.
Immigration, in particular illegal immigration, is a huge issue in the UK. And despite what our new friend says, the people who voted for Reform, they will be more than aware that local councils do not shape government policy. But it does send a message, and local councils do control local money. There's already talk that some Reform councils will stop funding migrant hotels. But what a vile man he was. That he's staying in the UK because it will upset his enemies. Who are you, mate? Enemies? Are you fucking Batman or something? And he's a hater. I can't imagine going through life just knowing that other people hate me and I can hate them back. What a dick. A few weeks ago, I posted a video called Danny Meets the Islamists, in which I wanted to interview followers of the Religion of Peace, but they declined to go on camera. Something I missed from that video was the people they were blaming for the negative view of Islam. The same people this next chap will be blaming. So he's a good-looking chap. He wants the EDL to come to look for him, the English Defence League. If you're not from the UK, the EDL were a far-right organisation run by Tommy Robinson. The thing is, though, the EDL disbanded in 2013. So this prick is waiting for people to track him down, even though their organisation no longer exists. The same thing with the people I met in Hanley a few weeks ago. Oh, it's the EDL. They don't exist anymore. They've been gone for a dozen years, although to be fair, to followers of the Religion of Peace, being 12 years out is fine. Most of them still think it's the 7th fucking century. So that's the false allegations of racism out of the way, all because the British people have the audacity to not want our country to be turned into a third world shithole. Let's move on to gender ideology. trans women and non-binary individuals are no longer legally classified as being lesbian. Well, if the non-binary person has a vagina, she could be. But, sir, you were never a lesbian. You are a straight man with a cross-dressing fetish. You have a condition called autogynephilia. A lesbian is a homosexual woman, a woman who is romantically and or sexually attracted to other women. And given the horror stories of young lesbians going to college and university and being coerced into sex with trans women because if they don't, they're not a real feminist, it's absolutely vile. Let's take this argued stateside.
As most of you know, I work at a gym here in the city. And today, one of our members went up to one of my coworkers and told them that they were uncomfortable with the man who looks like a woman being in the dressing room. And in lieu of these election results, people are feeling way more bold. I had to step away from the front desk after they told me, because I'm spiraling. I feel alone and I feel like nobody can understand how it feels. I already feel weird enough going into the dressing room. Like mad imposter syndrome, like I don't belong there. I don't know what to do.
How dare women be so bold as not want to share female-only spaces with that pig in a wig, that cock in a frock? Why should women and girls not want to have some cross-dressing weirdo? And to be blunt, the vast majority of trans people are just trying to live their lives. It's people like this that ruin it for the whole community. A bloke will go in there and go, "Don't worry about me, I'm a woman. Please ignore my erection." And having imposter syndrome. Yes, sir. You should have imposter syndrome. That's what you're doing. You do not belong in a female-only space. And rather than fucking making it all about you, why not consider how a woman would feel going into a female changing room and having a grown-ass man stood in there? Could she maybe feel a bit unsafe? So to the people who say that the UK and the USA are countries that are racist or xenophobic or transphobic or whatever, my question is this: why are you still here or there? Why remain in a country where you think the entire population is against you? Toddle off to your promised land, live your best life. But the fact of it is that the UK and the USA are two of the greatest countries in the world that you can live in with the greatest fucking freedoms. To all of those people, I would say try doing that shit in North Korea or Iran. Although, ironically, Iran, until the 1970s, was a peaceful democratic country, and then the Islamists turned up. There's one clip left, and this relates to President Trump's ongoing tariff battle. The reason I put this in here is, consider the plight of this young woman we're about to see. She recorded this clip and then presumably played it back and thought, yes, that's how I want the world to see me.
Don't think you people understand what's going to fucking happen to us. 50 fucking % tariffs on China. Do you know how much fucking shit we get from China? I'm already fucking broke. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, the economy's gonna get better. Fuck you.
Do you know how much fucking shit we get from China? Well, for anyone who's shopped using Wish or Temu, they'll know a lot of the stuff you get from China is fucking shit. But she was a very eloquent young lady, very well spoken. I thought she got her point across in a clear and sensible manner. We're coming up to the end of the video. I've quite enjoyed watching people who are apparently offended by reality. So that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you could leave a like or a comment, that helps the algorithm. If you'd like to support me in making these videos, there's a link in the description to both Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. And as ever, thanks for watching. Have you ever noticed that the people who claim that the country they're living in is racist, they never want to leave? Almost as if they know they couldn't get away with saying that shit anywhere else. And my throat's going. Sir, you never were a lesbian. Lesbians are homosexual females, ladies who enjoy smashing pasties. You are a cross-dressing pervert. And, fuck it, it's the performative nature of it. The crying uncontrollably because he's been told, essentially, he can't go and perv on women and girls. Get over yourself, you fucking pervert. I don't know if he's noticed, he actually has a British accent. And sir, you should be aware that flag you're holding, the Union flag, also known as the Union Jack, when flown from the jackmast of a ship, that is the flag that fucking ended the slave trade. Stop calling it racist. Learn your history, you fucking prick. 50%? Do you know how much we get from China? Ah!